y'all. As I said I would, make at least one more video. I want to talk about witching on the cheap, but first, I don't think I've ever really talked about how magic works in general, and there may be somebody out there who's like thinking about exploring magic and is new to all of this. So I thought, just in case that is the case, I will start this video by explaining the way that magic essentially works. And prepare yourself, because it is a lot more scientific than one might think. Okay. With electricity, building the energy for a spell is a lot like electricity moving through currents. Okay? Science tells us that there are billions of little particles of energy floating around us at any given time that are essentially looking for a job to do. They have no job to do, but they can be harnessed. Sort of the way that a connector harnesses electrons to create electricity. Well, I showed you in a video much earlier this year how to build a cone of power. What you are essentially doing is you are taking your correspondent, and the correspondent already has a connection, if you will, to a certain type of energy. Say, I don't know, a red candle, a bright or a dark, red candle for romantic love. Well, that color already has the energy of what you are trying to create. And you are essentially taking your energy, because we are nothing but energy. Energy and, all the cells and all that shit. But at our core, we are energy, as everything, energy is constantly around us. Okay, so you are taking these particles that have no job to do, that are looking for a job. They're not, trying to live on the dole or anything. They want to work for you. And you are using those particles to activate the energy within your correspondent that is essentially already there. So it's almost like having two positive charges. You know what I mean? Like you're activating what's there, and you're building it up. I don't know. It really depends on the particular plant, and I mean literally not just the particular, but the actual particular plant or what have you. But for the most part, it's almost like the herbs or whatever will have these certain energies in them, and you're kind of waking them up, like they're almost dormant, but they're there, and you're using your energy to wake them up. So that's how magic works. Okay. Now, a lot of times you will see a spell in a book, online, on YouTube, whatever, and it has all this, expensive shit in it, and it tells you need this, and you need this, and you need this. Well, really, all you actually need is your mind, because thoughts are energy, and what you think, you build, which is why negative thoughts can be so destructive to your life, and why I believe the fear that we all have over shit that is going on right now is actually feeding the negativity of the situation, and we really need to change the vibe in the room. But I covered that enough in my last video. So anyway, really all you actually need is thought and intent. And if you work hard enough on just focusing all of your energy on what it is you want, you will manifest what you want. Likewise, if you focus all of your energy on manifesting, or on thinking about what you don't want, you will also manifest that, as I am looking for. But I did no physical spell, no, full-blown ritual spell to have River. I called on the mother goddess, and I used it was all mental magic. Every bit of it mental magic. Oh, I love this song so much. Sorry, it's the demo of Joan of Arc by Stevie Nicks, and it's goddamn this song, man. But I can't turn it up because I'm afraid of copyright and having my video fucked with and all that. Anyway, where the hell was I? Oh god, here we go. Really? But yeah, so if all you need is your mind, but if you're going to work with herbs and things like that, oh yeah, River. It was all mental magic and the help of the goddess. That's all it was. I did spells after she was born, like the spell that I did with the sewing thread when I was supposed to use a piece of twine. And it was an old midwife spell where you tie a knot into the twine to keep the baby in your uterus so you don't have a miscarriage. It's good if you're prone to miscarriages, which I am. And I, again, use sewing thread. So when it was time, because when you're near to your due date, you untie it so the baby can come out. Well, for one, the first knot wasn't good enough for me. I had to do it twice because, double check everything. And figured it couldn't hurt. And when it came time to untie the knot, my sister and I both worked on it, and we could not get them untied, and not only did River get stuck, so did her placenta. If y'all ever use that spell, use twine, my friend. Use twine. Anyway, so if you find a spell that you want to do, but you don't have anything that the damn spell requires, it's a simple fix. It is all about matching the energy. So I, for one, use mostly kitchen herbs, shit that you buy at the grocery store, because I'm poor. And if you're trying to witch on the cheap, you probably don't have a great deal of money either. So we're in this together. Stuff like this right here. Just, everyday pantry shit. So what you do is you figure out exactly what energy from the expensive, hard to find, can't get it herb that it calls for, what type of energy is it looking for there, and then you match it with a certain herb that you have that also has that type of energy. It does not have to be the identical herb. It just has to be the same kind of energy. You see what I mean? Like, that's the way it is with everything. And as far as candles go, of course, you can always use white candles. White candles are very easy if you can't get online or what have you to get, usually in decent numbers, like in pretty big packs at Walmart, the dollar store, whatever. White is the universal color. It can be charged for anything. And as far as stones, I'm going to be really honest with you. I have not had a chance to work a whole bunch with stones in my work because I don't really have the money. Although there is a bag of like assorted stones on Amazon that's like $11 and I would love to have it. But so far, no cigar. That is an option, even though it's fucking Amazon. But yeah, you just have to match the energy. And you can even redo the entire, change around the entire spell. If you don't have time to do this, or this, or this, or you're not a crafty person and it calls for making something, or whatever, as long as you get the general idea in there, that's what matters. Not whether or not you match the spell exactly. So you can take an existing spell and rebuild a whole entire spell that does the same job, but is less time consuming or cheaper or whatever works for you. Like when it comes to magic, that's the thing right there. It's all about the energies, and however you have the time and the energy and the ability to accomplish that, that's what you do. You know, it's that simple. Anything can be, anything that you see in a spell can be replaced with something else. Just match the energy. And people might disagree with me on that, whatever. But despite the way that my life looks right now, most of my spells really have manifested. So, anybody who tells you that you have to have expensive herbs and you have to have 1,000 crystals and all of that, it's just not true. Alright, so that's that. And I hope that I helped some poor witch out there. And if nothing else, I hope that you got my interesting, weird explanation of how magic works. I love you guys. Blessed be.